Welcome back to Afternoon Express here on S3. Okay, today we are opening up. We're opening up to all of the festive holiday treats that you want to know all about. Now, these cute Thumbprint cookies, they're spicy. Yes, they are. They're sweet. They're soft and they're chewy as well. And they're perfect for filling these cookie jars that you are going to have lying around all over your house. In fact, the promise is that no one is going to leave them there. They're going to be done before you even know it. And Dumi is here to show us.
Dude, for a moment there, I thought you were talking about yourself. You were like spicy.
I mean,
sweet.
Not far off.
Are you describing yourself?
No, I'm kidding. Thank you, Dumi. But this is a crowd pleaser, right? It's a classic.
It's a crowd pleaser, and I think what I'm loving about it is the fact that you could do so much with it. We've decided to make our Thumbprint cookies and then top it off with my fave, which is our Clover Classic Custard. Which on its own get dessert.
Exactly, because the thing is, what is a holiday season or period without the Clover Classic Custard? I mean, we all have seen how this has carried us through all the different holidays, and we know that it is so versatile. I mean, you can use it with just about anything and everything.
Exactly, and if you wanted to as well, you could even use the Clover Classic Custard inside of the cookie.
Oh, my word.
But today we're focusing on our Cape Malay spices, and that's why we're calling it a spiced Thumbprint cookie. We want all those spicy, warm flavors. And for me, when I think of this cookie, I think festive.
You think family, right?
Exactly.
Family, festive, that warmth stuff. So Cape Malay spices, that's very interesting.
Yeah, these are the ones that we're using today. We've chosen to go with cardamom, which is a very signature spice in Cape Malay cuisine. We've also got some cinnamon and some cloves. If at all you have a toothache, chew on a clove. That will definitely help you. But we're not complaining about toothaches today. We're basically just complaining about hunger. And we want to fill up our cookie jars over here.
These are the cookie jars. We want to be delighted. Okay, let's go.
Right, so let's start it up. In my little bowl over here, I've just mixed up all our dry ingredients. In here, I've got my flour, I've got the spice mix I was talking about, which is the cinnamon, the cardamom, as well as our cloves.
Could you spice it up and use other sort of Cape Malay-inspired spices or Cape Malay spices?
Definitely. You could do that if you want to. The reason we're going with these flavors is just so the warm. It's the warmth of it, festive. But I'm not here just to look pretty. I'm making the base.
And I'm also not here to look pretty, I suppose.
No, we're here to work, my friend.
And spicy and all the things you called me earlier.
But before we get to what you already have over there. So I've got in this mixture the wet ingredients, which is technically my eggs, my butter. I've got vanilla essences in there. I've also got some sugar. So we've creamed them all together. As you can see, this is a beautiful, soft consistency. Jay touched on it earlier when he mentioned how with these kind of cookies, measurements, very important. But also because of the kind of cookie we're making, which is a short cookie. It's a short crumb cookie.
Correct.
We want to make sure that it gets that luxuriousness that comes from the butter, and we're just folding everything in and making sure as well not to overmix, otherwise it becomes hard.
It does. You don't want that. I mean, I'm liking how you've mixed this one for us here. I mean, it's so soft. It's going to make it so easy to get the Thumbprint in, right?
Exactly. So what we've done here is this mixture that I have, ideally it would be easier to roll and form into the balls, but the one you have here, we sort of put it in the fridge for a bit, and the reason for it was so that it also doesn't fall apart and become what we've got here, because I wouldn't be able to really mold these.
Yeah.
But
so what do I do
here? So now these are easier to work with. You can take a piece. Let's actually do it together, my friend.
It's like Play-Doh.
Play-Doh.
It really is like it.
That is the exact kind of consistency you want. You want like a Play-Doh type of consistency.
That way you also can get the kids involved in helping out with this recipe. In fact, get your hands on the recipe as well. afternoonexpress.co.za. That's where you need to go.
And the other reason we were talking about the butter, it also makes it easy. It doesn't stick to your hand. Once we've rolled up our cookies, we roll them in the sugar here. And then all this does is we put it onto our tray. Thumbprint, you can go in there. Or if you want to, you can flatten it out first. And then go in with your thumb to give you that design.
How big can you go with these? Because I'm trying to see.
How big is your appetite?
I'm asking for a friend.
How big is your appetite?
It's huge. Come on.
So you can go as big as you want to, like the ones we've got there. Those are very beautiful on the table. Or you can go as cute and little as these ones here. But all I'm saying is that either way, make sure there's enough space for our Clover Classic Custard. Like we said, it's versatile, dessert on its own. Or you can pour it, sauce it, put it on top of your dessert, eat it on its own. Pumagoe.
And you get that calcium out of it. Can I tell you that? Did
And
you
those
know
vitamins.
that? Yep, all you have to do is simply pour and enjoy all of those vitamins coming your way. But also, the crowd, whatever the crowd is, they're going to be so pleased with this one. Go on to afternoonexpress.co.za to get your hands on it. I love it a lot.
By the way, they bake for 10 to 13 minutes in the oven. You don't want to overbake them. Just slightly brown on the outside and they're ready.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic.
A classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover.